This is an explanation of how to add files that maybe have somehow disappeared. They used to be in Eclipse, and now when you open up Eclipse, they're not there anymore, but they are on your hard drive. So I'm going to show you how to copy the source folders from Windows into Eclipse so that it creates a new link between those. It actually copies the files into the current workspace. All right, so you can see on the screen right now I have Eclipse, and this is for my class, and I have a samples project. Well, let's say these were all gone, none of them were there, but on my hard drive they did exist. Well, what I'd have to do is I would have to go in and I would have to create a new Java project, and I'm going to call this sample 2 so that I don't have the same project. But let's say I'm missing my samples and I want to bring them in. So I now have a samples 2. And you can see here I have a source folder and I have another source folder for 2 different projects. But when I go out and I look at my folder, and I'll pull this into view, and I look at my H drive and in my Java 1 folder, and this is where my students have it set up. I have one for, let's see, I'm currently in fall 2016. Here's that same thing that I've just created. You can see each of the project folders is just a folder, but it's more than a folder. It's a folder with special files. So how the files were lost to begin with, I'm not sure, but as long as they're there on your hard drive, we're okay. But I'm going to go into my samples, and inside samples, there's that source folder, and inside the source folder, there's sleep and weather. Those are the 2 package folders. And if I want to put them into my sample 2, all I have to do is from this Windows Explorer window, not from Eclipse, I'm just going to click and drag sleep over, and I'm going to drop it inside of Eclipse. And this is important. You have to copy it into Eclipse. And now it says you want to copy the files and folders, and I click OK, and now notice that sleep is part of that new project. All right, and I can do the same thing with weather. Drag it over and drop it onto the source. And now I have copies. So if for some reason samples wasn't showing up, I could recreate that. Unfortunately, if he has a whole bunch of them, that's just, it's kind of a manual way of doing it. But now I can go in and I can see that there I have that file that I was looking for. All right, hope that helps. If not, maybe you can try to explain it a little bit differently to me if I'm not on base with what's happening.